What's up, YouTube? Bob's Garage is here, and I am attempting my first moto vlog. I've been watching a ton of moto vlogs. I've rode bikes for, 2.5 years now. I've had motorcycles, and I love watching moto vlogs, so I was like, hey, whatever. Why don't you try to do it yourself? So that's what I'm doing. Attempting the whole moto vlog thing, throwing my video onto the scene. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the video quality is good. I'm pretty sure it is. I did a test video earlier with a sample ride, and it seemed like it was working okay. So we'll see. So to start off, I figured I'm gonna start moto vlogging, so might as well start with the new bike. So I'm on a 2017 FZ-09, and I really like the bike. It's an awesome bike so far. I'm enjoying riding it. I've got about 400 miles on it so far in the past couple weeks that I've had it, and I really like the bike so far. I really liked the 2016s, the 14 through 16s. I looked at those too for a while, but I really liked what they did with the 17. I love the stuff that they added, adding ABS, adding traction control. The other ones had the rider modes, but this one does too, and I think having all the bells and whistles and stuff on a new bike is important. I mean, it's important to me. I know a lot of purists don't really like to have a lot of stuff on their bike, but I like having the technology, because I figure if you're gonna pay for it, why not have it? You're paying all this money for a new bike, which with these things you're not really paying that much. It's like the best bang for your buck you can get. But I enjoy having the modes and the TCS and all the technology type stuff. So yeah, really enjoying the bike. Only got 400 miles on it right now, so I don't know. I can't say a ton about it yet. I mean, I can't do like a long-term review on it or anything, but it's an awesome bike. I love the styling changes that they did on this one. I literally, when I was talking to my buddy about buying a new bike, I was like literally saying if they just changed 2 or 3 things that I didn't like, I would buy it. And sure enough, they changed all the things that I didn't like about the 16s. And, they fixed the tail section. I hated the single headlight. Now it's got this mean, super aggressive dual headlight look on the front. I love the front of the bike. I think the front of the bike looks awesome. So I was in love with it. I had to buy it. Had to do it. Before I had this bike, I had a 600RR. Which was a cool bike. I liked it. I had 2 of them actually. I had 2 600RRs. I had a red one first, and then I had a silver one. And if you watch the videos before this, you've seen some of the videos I've done on the silver one. But I love the CBRs. They're cool. I think the 600s are like a good amount of power for the street. The leader bikes are crazy. They're just insane power-wise. But the 600's like a nice, happy medium power-wise. And they love corners if you know how to ride them. I'm not really a good enough rider to ride a super sport the way you're supposed to ride it. I just kind of cruised around on it, but that's a big reason I made the switch. This is a lot better for just cruising, which is more of what I was doing on the super sport. I was just cruising around. This has a way better seating position. You're way more upright. Your back and arms aren't going to start hurting as fast. On my 600, I would ride for 30 minutes and I would start hurting after a while. 30, 45 minutes is about the longest you want to ride a super sport. And on this thing, it's like you can go 2 or 3 hours and it's fine. It's no big deal. I think the seat's pretty comfortable. Yamaha even makes a comfort seat for it that's supposed to be even more comfortable than the stock seat. So might opt for that one day, I don't know. But first impressions are awesome with this bike. I love it. I love the gear indicator. Neither one of my CBRs had gear indicators, which isn't something that's necessary, but it's nice to see what gear you're in. knowing, like, you know, having all the little bells and whistles, like knowing what your gas mileage, what kind of gas mileage you're getting, how many miles till empty. My CBR had a fuel gauge too. I know a lot of bikes don't have fuel gauges, but my CBR had one. Yeah. So I like it. It turns really good. One weird thing about going from my 600 to this is, like, even though it was a super sport, I'm more, I don't know if it's like this hand position on the bars or what, but I'm a lot more confident throwing this thing into turns than I was with my 600 RR. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's like where your hands are or what, but I don't know. I just feel better when I hit a turn with this bike than I did my 600. Get out of here, birds. But yeah, I'm really digging the bike. What else to say about it? I don't know. It's I love the way the tack is displayed across the top. Again, I love all the styling. I love. All the updates are awesome. The modes are really cool. The modes, so I'm in standard, and that's like for almost all of the 400 miles I've put on it, I've been in standard mode. B is it's pretty toned down. I mean, especially what I mean by toned down, the uptake. Like, so like when you initially get into the throttle, it's very muted. It's this nice, slow, gradual power, and then standard and A mode, like I've only been in I've only been in A mode a few times, just a little bit, just to get a feel of it, and A and standard kind of feel the same to me. I don't know, but either way, like going from B to standard, like standard, man, when you get on the throttle, you're getting on the throttle. Like, it's like, oh, you want to be on the throttle? Okay, here's all the throttle, you know. That's kind of how, which I knew that, and when I watched reviews and stuff of this bike, I knew it was going to be like that. Like, you know, it's going to give you all the power all the time, but it's manageable. Once you learn the bike and you learn kind of how the throttle works, it's completely manageable. It's not like it's hard to apply the throttle smoothly, but I know I can see where a lot of people would think it's kind of jerky, you know, or not very smooth. I can see where that comes from, but I really don't think it's that bad once you learn the bike. Ooh, a Harley rider. Let's see if he waves at me. Oh, he did. What an awesome dude. Love it when the Harley guys wave to the Sport Rider guys. I like staying on these back roads. I like to stay away from the towns and stuff. You can pretty much go as quick as you want and not have to worry about getting caught. Not that I really speed that much anyway, but yeah, so I've got a few things for the bike coming. I've already taken I absolutely hated the stock mirrors. I hated that. So I took them off, and I don't really care if people are going to hate on me because of that, because I'm not running mirrors right now. Whatever. I'll look behind myself if I need to. But I hated the stock mirrors, so they came off. And I actually have some Rhino Moto bar ends that are coming that have a place to put a bar end mirror on, which is going to be awesome. I actually have to give some credit to Amen Corner. She's a female rider that actually rides a 2017 Intensity White just like I have. I think we actually even got them around the same time, and she had these Rhino Moto bar end mirrors that are just epically awesome. They have a spot for a bar end mirror already milled into them, and of course I'll do, whoa, look at that little thing, dude, that thing's flying. I'll do a review on them too after I get them put on the bike. But I'm pumped about those bar ends. They're bar ends, and they also are bar end sliders. So they have a big, looks like a polyurethane bushing on the end of it. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but so I'm gonna do a review on those. I've already got some T-Rex Racing frame sliders, if you can see them right there on the bike, that I'm also gonna do a review on. I wanted to get those on the bike pretty soon just because it is brand new, and I want to protect the bike. I've got some Shogun slider spools on the back, which I'm not going to do a review on those. They do what they say. They let you use a rear stand. That's all you really need to know. And I think that's pretty much it so far. I've been looking at exhaust for it. I'm definitely going to get rid of the stock turn signals. I'm going to get rid of the horrible tag holder in the back, because it's horrendous. I don't know what they were thinking when they put that on the back, but obviously everybody's going to get rid of it, so it doesn't matter. But definitely going to get rid of that big, huge, fat thing. It's It's like kind of a mud guard too, but it's horribly ugly. So, yeah, digging the bike so far. Been looking at exhausts. I'm almost 100% set on getting the stainless steel carbon Akrapovic, however you say it. Don't give me a hard time about that. I'm definitely probably gonna get that pipe with an ECU flash. Really, the only reason I haven't even bought it yet is because I think the ECU on this bike is different from the 16. But from what I've read on the forums, it's not the same ECU. So people that you have to wait for the software to unlock it or something like that. Like V-Cycle Nut doesn't even have the. He can't flash 2017 yet. Ivan can't because they don't have the software they need. So, and I'm not going to do the full exhaust without doing the ECU flash with it. So, the exhaust and the ECU flash are going to happen at the same time, and that might be a little while from now. I don't know yet. Little Mountain Road. This is a good little road. You know, obviously I'm breaking the motor in still at 400 miles, so I'm not like really, I haven't really been beating on it yet. Trying to stay below 7,000. That's what the dealer told me to do. Now, granted, I've gone over 7,000 a couple times. It's not that big of a deal. But it's you can still ride the bike spiritedly without, you know, revving it all the way up to 11 grand. But once the break-in's done, I'm gonna beat the heck out of this thing. I can't wait. I'm pumped. Pumped about it. I might here in a little bit, I might try to find a place to stop and get a video of just the bike, how it sits right now, so you guys can get a look at it. I might actually cut to that right now, so if I find that, expect that right now. So yeah, hopefully I found a place to look at it and talk freely without someone thinking I'm crazy, talking to myself. But yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much it to begin with for now. I'll try to do reviews on all the stuff I do to the bike. And I'm just enjoying breaking it in right now. I'll definitely hit the 500 mark today. I'm gonna ride for the rest of the day. And so I'll also do a video of the first oil change. I'm gonna try to document everything, so I'll definitely do that video of the oil change. It's seriously a quick bike. It's crazy. From what I've seen with videos and stuff down low, it's quicker than my 600 was by a good bit. I mean, it just makes a lot more torque down low, and they make about the same horsepower. So, you know, 0 to 100 mile an hour or so, I think this bike's a good bit quicker than my 600RR was. I haven't raced anyone or anything to confirm that, but hopefully I will be able to eventually be able to race it. So hopefully I'll get that. I'll put that on video too. I'm gonna try to get everything I do with the bike on video. There's not a ton of stuff out on the 2017 yet, so I'm gonna try to help that out.